It's like a squash court in here. Hey, everybody, welcome back. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, I'm so happy to say that my next guest tonight is an Oscar and Grammy Award-winning artist and an old friend of ours. He has just released a new album, Beethoven Blues, and stars in the movie Saturday Night, which he also wrote the score for. Please welcome back to The Late Show, Jon Batiste. Good to see you again.
Back in the saddle. We all the way in there. Where is my horse? Yeah, let me ride my horse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, you had an experience this year that not many people get to have. Is that this year you got to, well, you collaborated with Beyonce on her album Cowboy Carter. What was it like working with her? Had you met her before?
Yeah, I met her before. I had a very awkward, gloriously awkward experience meeting her before we worked together, about 5 years before we worked together. And, you know, I was practicing the piano, and sometimes I go into this trance, and let's just say I was wearing some sweats that I maybe had on for 3 days. Let's not judge. And you know, you get into a trance, you play, and then you get to the point where, you know, you got to get out of there because you don't know how many hours have passed. I had to get some fresh air. So I went up the street. I was living around the area right here. There's a concert up the street. I think it was Lincoln Center. And I called the cats over there. I know the door cats. And I said, can I come just check something out for some inspiration, some vibe? I went to the concert, and I was side stage, right in the nook. And I was looking at the concert, and I got there late. So it was like the last song, and then the encore happened. And before the encore happened, who comes just looking like $1 billion into the nook? Miss Carter. I see her, and she's there. B is she just looks like she could be going to the Met Gala. Mm-hmm. And I'm in the sweats.
Mm-hmm. The 3-day sweats.
Yes, the 3-day sweats.
Yes.
And I realized, you know, I'm just now clocking the fact that I have a musk on my body. That's like, it's like the Charlie Brown, the cloud.
Yeah. Pigpen.
Oh my God, Pigpen, yeah.
That's right, yeah.
So I'm Pigpenning all the way. And we've met each other a few times before that, and she comes right in for the hug, and I can't warn her. I'm not gonna be like, no. But at the same time, I'm like, no. So then she comes in, and I know it. I never have mentioned it to her, I didn't ask her, but I know. Just you could feel when your musk goes forward, and you know it captures someone. She got it all. And then I thought to myself, I hugged her, I said, man, I done fumigated the queen.
It's a lasting impression. He's not gonna forget. Okay, so in November, this past November, you released a new classical album. Here it is, Beethoven Blues, in which you put your own spin on Beethoven.
Yeah.
Okay, everybody knows Beethoven. Were you always a Beethoven fan?
You know, I didn't really like Beethoven at first.
What did you have against Ludwig van?
He's, you know, unimpeachably great, was a vessel for the divine to flow through him, obviously, but when I was a kid, he was the person that I had to practice their music and learn how to, you know, get through these piano lessons that I didn't want to be at. Yeah. So I would look at the music, and for a long time, I didn't really know how to read music. I would play what Miss Shirley would play. I'd just play it back, and I didn't know that it was not normal to be able to just play it back. Mm-hmm. But I'd be playing it back, looking at the music, acting like I was reading it. And then what I ended up doing is I would take the music that he'd written, and I'd be in conversation with it. I would change things, I would add things to it. And then I realized that that's very frowned upon.
Adding things to Beethoven.
Yes.
Yes.
But you know,
Mixed up Mozart.
Chopping. Chopping, chopping.
Beating on the Beethoven. Yeah. There you go. Yeah?
But you know what? It's been 256 years. It's due for an update.
Mm-hmm. Well, I've heard some of it. It's beautiful.
Thank you.
Beautiful.
Truly, you know, music is everything in the public domain, especially down in New Orleans. You're in conversation with it. You mold it and you add to it, and it won't revoke anything that exists. It's only adding to the continuum of human creativity, baby.
Other voices, other hands.
Yes.
You were a band leader here for 7 years. Now you're in the film Saturday Night.
Yes.
That just came out this fall. You play Billy Preston.
Yes.
Here you are.
Billy.
Billy Preston.
William Everett Preston.
Extraordinary man in his own right. Did you ever see the Beatles documentary?
Oh, get
that
back.
Peter Jackson put together? That moment when Billy Preston, because they're all bumping up against each other, and there's let's say hostility, but there's a lot of feelings in the room that aren't being expressed, and they aren't necessarily about the music.
The creative process.
Yes, exactly. The management, not necessarily the music. And Billy Preston walks in, and you see oxygen come into the room.
Yeah.
You see they're all on their best behavior, and they're all just thinking about the music, and they kind of want to be good for him. Can one person make that much of a difference in the room? And for you, who would that be? Who would you want to have in the room more than anyone else to put you in the best head you can to create?
Whew. Well, one person can make that much of a difference. It's like any team. There's something, even if it's not the best player on a basketball court, or somebody who's just not really considered to be the best in the world, but they have the best energy, and it lifts everything. And Billy was also one of the best. I mean, you don't play for Ray Charles and Sly Stone, all the people he played for, and play his own music and not be great. But for me, that person, you know, I've been blessed in the last couple months to be regularly working with Stevie Wonder. And Stevie, you know him very well. I'm getting,
I do not know him very well.
But y'all's birthday.
I would like, we have the same birthday, and I have interviewed him, and let's leave it at that, yes.
And I thought I knew, right? Because you listen to the music. You know the music. Like, the music is with you. But man, when you see a vessel like that up close at this point in the journey, and you see how they've processed everything, there's like shortcuts to just get right to it. And the energy of really being a human being and an artist as one, synthesized as one. It's not like a separate, your life and your values align with your art. Something like that, you feel that before they even touch the instrument. They just come into the room and you're like, okay, this is sacred, this is serious, let's go.
That sounds beautiful.
It is.
Saturday Night is available to buy or rent at home. Beethoven Blues, right here. It's on sale now. Jon Batiste, everybody, we'll be right back.